Hey, welcome back to Mike on a Platter. Who we got here?
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
You know, I didn't think about this part of it. AJ is here in the house.
AJ.
AJ. Okay.
We're going to go with AJ.
All right.
And AJ's from
Radio KAJW.
KAJW. Like Faja, Dr. Evil?
Right.
Same guy?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so do you know how many podcasts do that noise now? I think all of them now. I think they've all got it programmed in their stupid little device there. It's like, oh, wouldn't that be so cool if we put that little sound effect in there? We're going to be so original.
I'm watching different podcasts. None of them have that
Okay.
effect.
Maybe it's just the cheesy ones like ours.
No.
Okay, what are we drinking tonight?
Stone Scorpion Bowl IPA.
Something new, George.
Yeah. Thank you, Adam, by the way.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man.
I'm
Thank you
so
for making
honored
it.
to be here.
We're stoked to have you, man.
Yeah.
So, cheers first,
Cheers.
everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Adam.
Cheers,
Cheers.
man.
Eric.
Your boy.
Ooh, it smells good.
It stings the nostrils.
Interesting.
Nice.
It's good.
This says Stone Scorpion Bowl. Is that like Firestone? Is that the same thing? I didn't really do research on this.
No, I don't know.
Different.
I'm gonna move the fan. Excuse me just a minute.
I am truly honored to be here.
Oh, thank you, man. We're honored to have you.
You're so nice, George.
The man, the myth,
So
the
sweet.
legend.
Okay, so we got a couple things going on here. All right. First of all, tonight we're going to talk about Adam and his KAJW, Dr. Evil.
You just gave it away.
And we are also going to talk about the fate of humanity. Dun, dun. So, what should we start with?
KAJW.
Okay, let's hit it. Adam, tell us what the hell is going on. I've seen you on Instagram, and we've got you keep putting up all the albums that you're playing, and it's such a variety. Tell us about it. What are you up to?
Radio KAJW started a couple of years ago, and we had a podcast season 1, which went well, and then life got in the way. So season 2 is upcoming. We're working on it. You can find Radio KAJW on an app called Live365.com.
Heard of that?
Yeah. And it plays 24/7. It's an international streaming radio. And the mix of music is anywhere from Miles Davis to Nirvana. How about that?
Love it.
Nice.
That's what I was noticing. Every time you put up a post on Instagram, I'm like, fuck, Adam, dude.
So
this guy's eclectic. I love it.
So that's the idea, much like what we're probably going to end up talking about tonight, is bringing all types of genres together, and world music too. You know, I love all music. I've been listening to music since I was 5 years old, and I've got an extensive record collection, which I love posting vinyl on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter as well, and it's at Radio KAJW. That's it. It's about bringing the world together through music, and I keep hoping that I'll play the right combination of songs, and some alchemy will happen, and world peace will ensue.
Hey, you know what? All we are saying is give love a chance. Or no, give peace a chance. Sorry, give peace a chance. John Lennon, right?
Absolutely.
You know what? That's that really does kind of, just lightly salt and pepper onto that whole topic of the fate of humanity. But before we get into that, I want to say that's awesome what you're doing, and it kind of makes me it makes me think about NPR and Morning Becomes Eclectic, although I don't think they quite push into as much of the mainstream alternative, if you will. I don't know if that's the right way to call it.
Yeah, do they play
don't
Nine
really
Inch Nails?
No, they don't. They don't do that. As I wipe.
Do they play Down?
See, yeah, no, they don't do that. They don't. And they also don't wipe the dust off of my plant here. But that's okay. I will forgive them. But Adam's gonna pick up the ball and run with it to the touchdown with his eclectic mix of music that he plays. So y'all got to check it out. Say it one more time. Where they need to go, live365.com.
And search Radio K, or if you just put KAJW in, it'll show up, and you can click on. I hope that I want to. We've talked about this. Putting Mike on a Platter on the broadcast. There's a little problem. You'll just have to do an extra edit and take out all the bad words. You'll have to beep all the bad words because it is.
Dude, we don't fucking swear on this show, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? God damn it.
Run, you motherfucker.
There you go.
Okay, fine, Adam. Have it your fucking way, motherfucker.
It's not me, man. It's not me.
We
It's
can
the
do that.
FCC.
I can do that.
Sure.
I don't know about Eric over there.
Yeah, we're paying royalties to the artists. We have to play by the rules.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That's why Mike on the Platter is going to get 20 subscribers and stop at 20. Because nobody's going to promote our foul language and our cuckoo banana crap that we talk about, which I love.
Yeah,
to talk
and that's
about.
not true. I mean, there's plenty of podcasts that swear, right? And are huge.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah. Of course.
Am I just being self-conscious about it?
Yeah, you are. You're
Shut
being-
the
You
fuck
are.
up.
You are. And
Hey.
it's just, I want to broadcast it
Watch
on my
it over
radio
there.
station, so we just need an edited version, a clean version. That's all.
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay,
Right?
that's fine.
Not for that
Sanitized
guy,
for your
though.
protection.
And speaking of that, there have been episodes that you guys have cut that are clean. They're not maybe one curse word.
Yep.
When you guys get all sensitive and loving, you stop cussing.
I know. It's because we just want to love you.
Especially when we're hugging it out.
I know. No, it's
Too
so
busy
funny.
hugging.
Like a few, like 3 or 4 episodes ago, George just starts out the episode with, "So Eric, are you going to tell everybody about the hot man love making that's going on at the end of our shows?" And I was like,
Stuck.
I
But tell him why I say that. Why did I say that?
I don't know, but
it's
I don't know
because-
what he was saying,
because
but
of-
it sure made a lot of sense.
No, well, because of Sherry.
Yeah, so let me. I want to touch on that one because it's funny as hell. So my wife doesn't even know George that well when we first started doing this, and we're out here, starting to get started, and Sherry comes out. "Oh, hey, how's it going, guys?" And she makes some comment. "So, how was the hot anal sex, boys?" Like
As I'm
oh.
pulling up my pants.
Yes, exactly. And there's still a little bit of dribblies from you.
Gross.
You gross man, you. So anyway, so that's where that came from. So, and I had kind of forgotten about that. So George is like, let me just jump right into the humor and pick up where we left off. So Eric, how about that great anal sex the other night? And he's like, I'm like, what? Huh? It was good. I'm like, George really has a thing for me, and I had to crush him and break him his heart and say, I'm sorry, I don't feel that way about you.
Wait, what was good?
Which part of it?
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, Adam, I enjoy your posts,
Sorry, Adam.
your radio.
We just took over
show.
Adam's moment in the sun here. We just
No,
Like,
it's
threw up
fine,
all over
Jeff.
it and spewed all over it and all that. So
It's fine.
okay. So Adam.
Yeah.
So Adam. What if you had made your radio station KJAW? Then you'd be KJA. Ja, rah.
JW.
So how does that work? Do they just give you numbers, or
No.
do you get a frequency, or do you pick the numbers or letters? Excuse me, letters. not numbers.
AJW.
AJW.
Adam Joseph Wiener.
I love it. Okay, dude, I'm so stupid. I should have known that. Dude, what the fuck?
Come on, dude.
Dude, that was like, here mic on a platter. It's on a silver platter in front of your fucking face, and you can't figure that shit out.
And then you called me Adam, and you gave it up anyway.
Yeah, and when he asked me like, "Oh, what do you think it means?" And I looked at him. You know what? I'm not even gonna fucking tell you. Dude.
I'm gonna be honest here.
I'm gonna make you look like an idiot.
I'm off because I'm so intimidated by Adam's fucking super masculine voice, dude. He's like deep as shit. He's like, guess what? I fucking rule this show, motherfucker. He's like, dude, he's got the voice, huh? He has that voice. He just like, Adam, your voice is fucking sexy man voice.
That's why
like deep, like Barry.
That's why I started a radio station, because I've had people tell me my whole life that I should be doing radio.
You should. You have the voice, man. You have that. I
appreciate that.
Like, somebody could turn up the bass really loud and just feel like their whole body's being massaged when the volume is real loud by that bassy voice that just jumps in there and says, guess what, ladies?
Isn't it weird that you don't, like, during the work day, you never notice it, right? I talk the same.
No, I notice it, Adam.
You do?
Yes, I do.
You're just afraid to say anything
when
during work.
When he walks into the boss's office, the boss has to reconcile that voice. No, dude, you got the voice. Cheers, brother. Here's to that voice.
Thanks, man.
That many men dream about.
I think your voices are great, too. The broadcasts have been great.
When George speaks up, his voice sounds good, too.
Yeah, when I speak up, it sounds better.
George and I I'm coaching.
I was very nervous in the beginning.
Yeah, so I'm coaching George. I'm like, George, you have to project.
Yeah, it's true.
But,
you have to make love to the microphone.
Make love to the microphone.
Where do I start? Do I just tickle?
Okay, while you have fun in the corner there, Adam, how many vinyl records do you have, do you think?
I'm not sure. I think it's over 4,000 now.
Holy Jesus.
Dude, that's nothing. I have friends that have 10,000 records, 15,000. Now, of course, they used to work at radio stations back in the 70s, and they've been collecting their whole... But I've been collecting since I was 8, but I never worked in a radio station before. So to me, it's weird. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not a lot. There's a lot of holes in my collection. I don't have a very extensive jazz collection at all. I don't have extensive classical music, and I love both classical and jazz.
Well, if you don't mind saying, which are your top 5 out of all the records you have?
Top 5 records?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh, come on, man. You can't even have a top 50 when you have a
what about
4,000 record collection.
The vinyl community, which is unbelievable, by the way, on Instagram. The vinyl community on Instagram has been it's so inspiring, and people are so wonderful, and I've seen people send other friends records, and them talk about it, and it's just packed with love and understanding and all kinds of genre. All kinds of people. It's fantastic.
You know why? It's because you guys are, wait, let me say this correctly, historians.
That's something that I never realized was going to be so important to me.
Historian.
Which I have become. I feel like I'm a curator now, and it's
even bigger. Curator. There you go.
No, well, music historian,
and
same thing.
A music historian. It's almost like that episode of South Park where you can't say planetarium correctly. It's planetarium.
Well, going back to the vital thing, where's B? Didn't he start or get into a company that I think produces or distributes vinyl records? Worsby? John
Worsby?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
I gotta call that fool and see what the hell's going on with him.
Worsby and I go way back. We were both in bands in Los Angeles,
Dude.
From what I heard, he had bought out a company that was distributing and that distributes and produces vinyl records. And I mean, I thought it was interesting. I never got the name of the company, but
I didn't know what he was
followed
doing.
his
That's
dream.
cool.
Well, we all owe him a call.
Yeah.
That's a podcast guest for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
Got to have him on.
For sure.
He's full of quips. interesting quips.
So the bands that you were in, what kind of music were you playing back in the day?
Alternative rock,
Yeah, there you go.
modern rock.
There you go. Like K-rock stuff, or
yeah,
like more
K-rock.
indie, or
Both, but you know, I mean,
poppy, or
pop.
pop rock.
Yeah, you could argue that the band that I have the most fame with is pretty pop. We didn't think we were, but I think looking back at it, it's pop music, that's one of my favorite gems. I want to go back to because George's question about what's your top five. The vinyl community always says this because it's something really hilarious to me about vinyl, which is if your house was burning down, what would you grab to pull out of the house?
Well, then you'd have to pick a top five.
Exactly, because you can't carry 4,000 records out of your house to save them.
Thank you, vinyl community. So, if your house was burning down.
So, and I still haven't figured that out.
Like,
but
what
I know
would you
one
grab?
record that
Yeah.
I would there's one record that's my favorite record of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Bob Dylan's World Gone Wrong. And it's an original pressing of it, and there's not very, see, look at me, not standing talking to the microphone. There's not a lot of copies of it. Thanks. I won't. Trust me, I'm an audio engineer.
That sexy man voice into that microphone.
I feel crappy that I've done that to you, that you
That's
have
okay.
to mix me.
You'll get your spanking later.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue your lovely story.
No, yeah. World Gone Wrong. Bob, my two favorite artists are Kate Bush and Bob Dylan.
Okay.
And
some folk artists.
no,
sort of. I
mean, that's where Dylan started.
Yes, right.
But I don't think you can call Kate Bush a folk artist. She certainly is folk influenced, but she's what I call her is art rock is what I call her. She's Pink Floyd, female Pink Floyd. She certainly has folk in her, though.
Well, I was thinking more of Bob Dylan, but
well, he started that way, but you got to, he went electric, and that's the end of the folk rock thing.
Right.
He also did 4 sides of standards in the last, 6 years of his career. Anyway, World Gone Wrong is my favorite Bob Dylan record, which people think I'm crazy because it's cover songs. It's actually traditional music. It's traditional folk music. It's just him and his guitar. And that record has gotten me through more hard times in life than anything. It saved my life. I say that all the time. Since I was a kid, music has saved my life.
Yeah, mine too.
And that's why I've always wanted to produce music, make records, because I felt like if I could just save one person one night like music has saved me, then I'm a success.
You've done your job.
That's it, man. That's it. So there you go. That's Bob Dylan, World Gone Wrong. And I probably would grab, they're close together. The Bush records and the Dylan records are close together. So I think I could get a good handful of both before I left the house.
All right.
What would you give your dogs to grab? It's like, here, take this.
They won't. Yeah, well, and there you go. I would take my dogs before I would take my records.
And you've identified your top 2 artists.
There you go.
There it is. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan and Kate Bush.
Yeah. It's not even close, too. They're at the top. Everybody else is far below.
Wow,
I feel every musician, and Eric might be the first that won't agree with me.
We'll see.
Well,
spit it out. Let's see what you got.
I feel every musician, pro musician that I've ever met feels that way about Bob Dylan, that he's just at a different level than everybody else. That everybody, no matter who you like, and maybe it's not you, but whoever you love in music, they probably want to be Bob Dylan or be better or as good as Bob Dylan.
There's a lot of bands that I loved when I was younger, in my teens and early 20s, that were heavily influenced by Bob Dylan.
Right.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Right.
Yeah.
of
all bands. So Bob Dylan, when he hit the scene, I watched a documentary on him where when he first started, really getting out there with his more mainstream work, everybody's just like, what is this? Who is this guy? What is this music? They're like, what are we watching here? And he moved a generation.
He's been
two.
reinventing himself from day one, and he's always challenging his audience. And one of the things I always say to people, because especially in the last 20 years, people say he can't sing and he mumbles, and I went and saw him and he was terrible. And my comment to that, because when I go to a show and he's the one artist that I stopped counting how many times I've seen him. I can understand everything he says. So
it's kind of like when somebody has a weird, funny accent, and
yeah.
You start thinking in the accent. It's like, all of a sudden,
exactly.
I understand what he's saying.
Exactly. Like I feel like I speak Bob Lang.
Yeah,
Bob
you have to
Dylan
think in
language,
their accent, in their dialect.
So to me, he sounds like an angel, and it's like it's an unreal experience. But I get it because people don't go to shows to invest themselves in the artists like that. They want to be entertained, and it's more about them having a fun night than what's actually coming out of the speakers, I think. Obviously, when it's working well, both of those things are happening. But when you go to see Bob Dylan, the one thing you have to do is have no expectations. You have to leave your expectations behind. And that's probably the hardest thing to do when you go to see a show.
Of course. Yeah. Preconceived.
Right?
I know he's going to do this and there's going to be that. And
right.
Of course.
And you want him to sing your favorite song, and you want it to sound like it did in 1964. And what I always say to people regarding that comment is, if you really can just relax for the full, whatever it is, 90 minutes, there's going to be some spot in the show, and sometimes it lasts a long time, where he will sound like he's 25 years old. It's nuts. Like it'll just pop out, especially if you go and you get stoned.
Well, right.
Yeah.
You kind of pre-work the vibe.
Yeah. And you can, it's wild how it happens. And for me, when those moments happen, I absolutely flip out. The last 2 times I saw him was last year. I went back-to-back nights at UC Irvine, and then we drove my friend Alan, one of my best friends. We've gone to see Dylan a lot together. We drove to Santa Barbara and saw him at the Santa Barbara Bowl, and it was awesome. Sorry.
Don't hurt yourself, man.
Amazing shows, unbelievable band. The record that's out right now, Murder, Rough and Rowdy Ways, that just got released a month ago, that everybody's raving about. Maybe it's 2 weeks ago. The same band that played on that record played the last 2 shows I saw them. It's unreal, man. These guys are the best musicians on the planet.
It's always nice to go see those guys that have been playing for so long. I remember seeing the Allman Brothers about 7 or 8 years ago at the Blues Festival when it was at Cal State Long Beach. And it was generational, because obviously you got, some of the guys have died and their sons have taken over and jumped in. And they played some songs that was like a flashback to when I was, like 6 or 7 years old, back in the 70s. And I was just like, wow, this is the accumulation of my life's memories on stage right now. And I just remember I had my umpteenth drink, and I was out there dancing, and it was just this watching these amazing musicians, and having this full lifelong musical appreciation experience. And yeah, I get it, man.
Greg,
when you see that,
Greg Allman he's one of those guys. He's an angel, and it's literally an angel now.
Yeah.
That's another question.
It was his son, I think, that was up there jamming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did play with him at the end of his career. That's another fun question that I always love, is if you could go back and see any band that you want that you can't see now, who would it be? And the Allman Brothers is right there with me. I would love to see them in their prime. Absolutely. Love them.
Yep.
Wow.
So, what's the future?
Is this episode almost over?
No, we're
Because
going
I've
to do another
talked
one.
way too much,
Well,
man.
we're gonna
I
do
love
another
you
one.
guys way more than what I got.
maybe
to
we
say.
could break it up.
Yeah, we will break it up. But
Yeah.
before,
Okay.
Just call this one
Cut.
Adam.
It's over.
yeah, we'll call this one
JW.
Bob Dylan. Tribute to Bob Dylan.
That's it.
Adam's like,
AJ's introduction.
wow, 15 minutes later, we're still talking about Bob Dylan. Oh my God. So
Anyway,
thanks. No, but dude, what's
Yeah.
the future of the station? Tell me, what's your plans? What are you up to?
Well, we're gonna have another. This radio show that I came up with is gonna go into season 2, and people love it. And it's basically, the concept, basic concept, is 2 friends go over to somebody's house, one of their houses, and bring a stack of records. Under whoever's visiting brings a stack of records. The other person has their records there, and they play my daughter and I coined the phrase music wars, which is I play a song, then you play a song. I play a song, you play a song. And the conversation revolves around the playlist. And that's the basic concept of the whole station and why the playlist is eclectic. So eventually, season 2 will show up, and it'll, I think season 2 actually might be my first solo season, just to get it back going. But
Solo,
you guys,
have you had other people on it or co-hosts or what was it? What was
episode,
going on there?
season 1 was a super talented gal named Joanne Marlowe from Canada. She's an incredible poet, and her and I met virtual, and she actually flew out from Canada, East Coast, to record the show, and we did it, and it was really fun. We had a blast.
Oh, so this was just a one-time show thing?
Yeah, it was 6 episodes.
Oh, I thought like maybe, hey, we were working together this year, and then I popped the question, and she got cold feet and ran away, and
No. I was married at the time.
No more Bob Dylan. No, I can't take any more Bob Dylan, Adam. Stop.
No. That was actually what was cool about it, is that our taste, we had a few things in common, but because she grew up in Canada, completely different upbringing. It was really.
I know what you're
interesting.
talking about. My wife's Canadian.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
From
didn't know
Winnipeg,
that.
Manitoba.
No wonder why she seems so nice.
Oh, you betcha. Okay, cool, man. Well, Adam, we want to.
I want you guys to be on the show for sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Really?
say we want to
Absolutely.
go on your show.
So that's the whole thing, is like your taste in music is going to be completely different from mine, and how those go together is going to
You'd be
be
surprised.
exciting.
This youngster right here has got a lot of. He's well seasoned, well rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's curious and hungry for music.
I am. Like
Cool.
I didn't know who Kate Bush was.
Really?
And now I'm gonna look her up.
Ah.
And now I'm excited.
Both.
You should be. There's so much good music out there. And all you have to do is listen to what's out now. And somebody said this recently. I don't know if it was you, George, or somebody said, there's every year you always hear a generation going, wow, the music these days isn't as good as it used to be, and blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
Like it was you, Adam. And this is like the first decade or generation where it's like really kind of
We're right.
either true or it's just
Well-
it's not. Good music is not being promoted in the mainstream anymore.
And that's what I told you the other day. Remember when we went to Costa Mesa, and I'm like, dude, why don't they make music like this anymore? Or even like the '90s music,
Okay,
like rock.
You got a millennial
You know, and
here.
it's like-
he's telling the story. He's telling the truth right now.
I'm like, dude, I can go back to the '80s and like, or any genre back, like, before the 2000s. I don't have to go that far back and be like, wow, this rock was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This rap, or this folk music, or anything. It's like it was well made, and you can listen to it and tune out and just like really listen to the lyrics. It means something. It hits you different. Nowadays, everything's just mainstream poppy.
Well,
everything sounds the same.
It's all trending off each other.
Yeah,
Everything trends off of everything else now, and it's. I feel like I'm in a cerebral, or not a cerebral, kind of like a trancy zone with all of it. Like everybody's just stonily listening to this eclectic mix of hip hop, rap, trance, like mixed together. But it's not telling this story that smells like the taste of or smells like an old drawer in an old house. You know, like that history. It doesn't have that history anymore to it. It doesn't have that deep story that's like, man, I want to know the essence of that yellow color that they don't make anymore in that pink color. I want to, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, the flavor.
Can I be so bold to say that it to me it comes down to, and it's always been this way, it comes down to the battle between art and commerce.
Yes.
And what you're feeling is what we're feeling about everything in this world right now, which is corporate
everything.
Global everything.
Globalization, corporate globalization.
Is sucking art out of our freaking veins, And that's what the problem is. It's hard to find art. Now, I will say this. There's so much good new music.
It's out there.
Absolutely.
It's out there. You just got to look for it. You're not going to get it through mainstream channels anymore.
Right. So
stuff used to slip through.
Right.
And actually become popular, and they would allow it to become popular, but now they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, that's what we're battling more now than ever. It's interesting when the internet popped, everyone was, most of the musicians were, or the industry was like, it's so great. Anybody now can be big. But the fact is, you still need a machine
to back it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if the machine doesn't want to back you.
Too
bad for you, buddy.
The thing that is common about all of the great rock bands is that they're great business people too. That's something that falls off musicians a lot. If you think about Led Zeppelin, The Who, Pearl Jam, Radiohead.
The Van Halen brothers.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't know about that, right? Because they didn't last very long.
Well, but they had a formula because they grew up as entertainers.
Yeah, but I don't think they were great business guys, actually. They were, well, actually, that's true. I would say that's not true. When Sammy Hagar got involved, then it did become more, it was corporate rock, right? They kind of, unfortunately, I hate to say it, sold out.
I want to have Sammy come out here and
I love Sammy
talk
Hagar,
about
by the way.
his abduction experiences.
I love Van Halen with Sammy Hagar, but there's two different bands. I know.
It's
completely different
bands.
bands.
I know. It's like a
and
new
one's
marriage.
Commercial and one is holding on to art rock.
Right. Well,
anyway,
one of these days, before the Red Rocker dies, we want to try and get him on here to talk about his alien abduction experience, because we talk about that alien shit all the time. Do you know the song? Do you know which song it is?
No.
It's like Love Walks In, or off of 5150.
I didn't know that he had does he claim that he was abducted?
Dude, that's what that whole song is about.
Really? I didn't.
And then you said,
I guess I ignored him.
Nothing feels the same. Okay, you know what? There's
usually
two,
I thought it was a love song, Eric.
Two type of Van Halen fans. There's the David Lee Roth Van Halen fans, and then there's the Sammy Hagar Van Halen fans. And there's not usually
pants.
I am
pans.
I love both.
Hands and Franz.
I'm just like I love the Angels and the Dodgers.
Yes.
I like Sammy Hagar.
Can we all just
and
get along?
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, it's like Menage a Trois. Come on.
Red and blue make purple.
There you go, baby. All right, now you got three.
That's true. That's true. That's good.
Get together.
Well, Adam,
smoke some purple.
We would love to come on your show, or have you play our stuff on your show, or however you want to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah,
if you think
I hope
just because we're whores like that, and we'll whore ourselves.
I hope
okay.
this. This is just the start of all of us.
Yeah, man.
Creating a lot of good content. I love it.
Absolutely, from the heart, man. Yo, right there. Well, thanks you guys for hearing Adam's Faja, Dr. Evil stuff.
KAJW, Eric.
I can't say
there
it.
No
I don't know why.
There's no A in between.
Maybe it's because I was up
until
2:30 in the morning mixing our shit last night, and I'm bathed in my mind.
Can you get into my my AJ? Can you call me AJ? And by the way, all the people that truly love me call me AJ.
I love you, brother. So I'm
Thanks,
going to
man.
call you AJ. How
Thanks,
about that?
buddy. Thanks.
Word.
Word.
All
Thanks.
right. AJ, thank you for coming on the show.
So honored to be here.
But
I love you guys.
But
you
we're
know
gonna.
that.
We're, thanks,
yeah.
man.
Thank you.
We're gonna do another one here because we want to hear your take on what's humanity's fate.
Are you drunk, Eric?
I need another beer.
On the next show, I'm going to let
pants.
you guys talk.
No. We want your take on it.
Okay, Eric.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
I got baked before the show. Sorry. Bye. Yeah.
See you, everybody.